Essen, a German city situated between the rivers Emscher and Ruhr. It is most known for coal, but for 5 days every year it becomes the world capital of classic motoring. A place that accommodates the crème de la crème of professionals and aficionados, for whom the flat sixes, V8s and the V12s are the music for their ears much more than the sound of an electric future. It's also a piece of art that can be considered a profitable investment. My name is Paweł. I am from CAR-BONE. Let me guide you through the event.
All was born out of passion, and I think you can only do it with passion. It's in everything in life. My name is Franzen. We organize Techno Classica here in Essen. My father had his nice cars, and I loved to play with them. Of course, as a child, I could sit in the car and touch all the buttons and steering wheels, and sometimes I broke something, and he was not very happy with it. So one day he got a bit fed up of that, and he said, "Now, Michel, I want you to stop it, but I have something for you. Sit here in this 2 chevaux, in the Citroën 2 chevaux. It was grey with red interior. And he said, let's try it. I was driving, and he was showing me how it works with the clutch and the brake and the gas pedal. Come on, boys, now you have a nice day, and it's yours now, but please don't touch my cars anymore." And I was about 10 years old then.
Yes, the world is changing. Yes, there's emissions. Yes, there's electric cars. Yes, there's hybrids, and they have a place. My name is Michelle Handley. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa, and I have a car problem. Actually, I have a Porsche addiction. Classic motoring, I think, will always have a place, and I think that there are enough lobbyists, there are enough car clubs, there are enough influential individuals who I think will continue to make sure that classics are able to go on the road and that classics will have a future. I've begun to realize I love the stories around cars. I love the passion. I love the fact that every car has a soul, as far as I'm concerned. As I said to you before, I say hello and say goodnight to them. And so I think your purist has a very, very important role to play. But then I also think that to maintain and to keep the interest alive and to keep the flame, you have to have a more modern approach. And I think that's where people like yourself are so important. I've met you. You are the most passionate fan that I know. You're looking at new ways of introducing the classics to people. You are helping people like myself. I think that there is a great spin-off for the classic Porsche to modernize it and to make it more accessible to young people who are wanting to personalize. And you know, the world is about individuality at the moment.
My name is Philip Sein. I'm manager sales and marketing within Porsche Classic, which is a department within Porsche AG. We as Porsche Classic try to keep everything original, genuine. But I think if you have a car which is not matching, for example, anymore, then I think it's quite a good idea to make it a fun car, because if it's not original anymore, you can put a lot of effort in trying to find your engine that was always going with that car. But maybe it's not there anymore, and you say, I make it lighter, I make it quicker, I make it more fun to drive. So you need to get out and drive, like Magnus says, but this is so true. If you don't move your car, if you don't drive it regularly, it breaks anyway.
I'm doing historic race cars because I love those cars. The innovation which has been tested in period, the fact those cars has a great history because the model raced in Daytona, 24 hours in Le Mans. I'm Xavier Micheron. I am the owner of Ascot Collection. As far as we are talking about race cars, it's the first thing. Which history? First question. And in which condition is the car? That's why it's more a market for experts.
And at the beginning, when I was a young guy at the age of 16, I never had in mind to go professionally into the classic car business, but that's something that evolves. My name is Nick Aldering. I'm the owner of the Gallery Brom in the Netherlands. It's a family business. My father started in 1974. You experience the classic cars in your childhood. It's something that you are familiar with. It gives you a certain feel with cars, completely different than modern cars. This is like the real deal. This is a world. This is something that is alive, that you smell, that you feel. Yeah. You need to be a little bit crazy when you're doing classic cars. Doing it together with my father gives a real extra to it, because you are doing something that you both are very passionate about. It is business, but do not forget, in the basis we are passionate car guys. So if you can combine your business with your passion, I think there's nothing stronger than that.
Classic motoring goes far beyond the car. It is a way of expression for a particular social group and its desires. This is why we are so fond of it. The contemporary world is leaning towards electric power. We stand witness to redefinition of currency as well as motoring. It is possible that the notion of the dawn of motoring as we know it, as well as inborn nostalgia, pushing us so eagerly into the realm of classic motoring. Techno Classica is a great way to break away from the routine. Proximity helps. By situating the event in Essen, it is made accessible for the Dutch, Belgians, the French as well as us Poles. Essen is close, which renders it international. The show is a remarkable entry point into this culture. Buying a new car entails devaluation. Classics are different. They reward you, they work, and they will continue doing so while their value appreciates. They pose a great alternative to the dullness of the contemporary car, and virtually everyone can afford it. All it takes is a will, perhaps a loan, a bit of reason and the ability to make the decision. A classic car in a garage constitutes a piece of history written by engineers and designers. Techno Classica is the largest and the most important event of this kind in Europe. It is first and foremost people that build this culture. It is the relation between them, friendship, passion and values they share.
Nowadays we cover 120,000 square meters. We have 20 car manufacturers, about 1,250 exhibitors exhibiting here. Wednesday we announced that we are going to do, together with RM Sotheby's auction. They will hold off an auction next year as the first time. People coming from all over the world. We are very enthusiastic and all petrol heads, I think.
This place is a must for every car enthusiast. Go ahead and explore some of the various cars at the venue. All in all, for some people it is one of the most important days of the year. For others, it is the only occasion to get together. And remember, any car is worth as much as someone is willing to pay for it. So, stay tuned and negotiate. See you next year. Cześć!
Nicest thing in life is your friendship and to speak to each other and to enjoy your passion together. On Sunday when it's finished, it's a bit of pity because then you see all the cars and your friends go away again. Yeah, but then it's really...
It's like Christmas Eve.
Yeah, really, when you afterwards on the 6th of January, when you take the tree, everything back in the box, and you wait for next Christmas. Like Christmas Eve, you unpack and you are together with the family, you have nice food together, and then afterwards. But then it's really nice again to look forward to next Christmas. And so it's nice to look forward to next year's Techno Classica.